I'm gonna do this and I'm just gonna see what this is like. Okay, so I gave it a shot. Shelly, wherever you are, thank you for the inspo. I am 110% out of my comfort zone. Like, wow, so out of my comfort zone. But, yeah, I saw an intuitive and she told me that I had to start a YouTube channel. And I am not comfortable in front of a camera. This is not my comfort zone, especially not walking through a park with my arm up in the air, like videotaping myself. There we go, filming myself. But I am working on getting back into my body. I have been so disconnected, so disassociated from this body that when my therapist asked me, "Do you trust yourself?" I was like, no, I don't trust myself. I don't even know myself. And this is where this has started. I feel so disconnected from my body, from knowing what my body wants, from trusting my body, trusting myself. And so I have been working for the last few years on getting more connected to my body and actually hearing it, actually like knowing what's a yes. What does a yes feel like in my body? So I have been on that journey for a few years and I am like just getting a taste of it. And so if me doing these somatic practices, doing these practices that help me get into my body, if any of this helps anybody, then yeah, then it helps me too. So thank you. And oh my gosh, I'm gonna stop there. Woo! Really interesting because last night, or not even last night, it was yesterday morning, like straight into New Year's, I got some news that is going to change the way that I live my life. And what I can see is these triggers, this worry pattern that I go to. And the very first thing that I do is go straight into worry of, okay, I need to sell everything I own and I need to get everything into a backpack so that I can be, and I use it in quotation marks, safe, which is basically to run, to escape, to get away and to not face the situation. And that is that feeling of like getting out of my body. And when I went to sleep last night, what happened was every time I would go to like relax, you know, when you could like relax into sleep and you can kind of feel yourself like surrender, when I would go into that place, I would panic that I would forget how to breathe and jolt myself up. And I have never done that. And I did it over and over and over again as I was going to sleep last night. And I just couldn't get to sleep. And what I realized this morning, it's all about control. I was afraid to let go. I was afraid to like let go of control. And as soon as I woke up, the fear came right back to me as well again. And so that fear place of like going into control is my driver. And as soon as I'm in that place, I am out of my body. I am in a trigger cycle, which is sell everything, put it all into a backpack, and let's get out of here. And that isn't me solving a problem. That is me running away. And it's also not me wanting to feel any of the feelings. Like I got up this morning and the first thing I did was sit down in front of my computer and start working. But that just, it's almost like numbing. It's like, oh my God, my arm is killing me. I had to switch arms. But yeah, going into work and just working is the same thing as me pushing my feelings down and not wanting to look at them, not wanting to face anything. And I could see myself go into my patterns of numbing, which was I wanted to have something sweet. Or same thing is like going and doing work. It's the exact same thing. It's just not wanting to feel the feelings. And in those moments, I literally can feel myself. It's not like is it feeling myself? It feels like I am out of my body slightly and watching myself do things. I don't feel that I am intentionally doing something. So because I was feeling those feelings and I was feeling like I wasn't being intentional, I felt like I was numbing everything. I was reaching for things to make me feel better, to take me out of the experience. So I decided instead to move the feelings, because anxiety in me is like an electric energy, and I could feel that today. It was like this like buzzing that was happening. I was feeling really uncomfortable. I had a really bad headache, and the headache was almost like the last little straw of I need to get up and do something. So I put on my backpack and threw a couple warm things in there, and I told myself I'm gonna go for a 2-hour walk, which I know is very luxurious. I work for myself, so I'm able to do that. I just worked hard this morning. I'm gonna go for a 2-hour walk, and I am gonna regulate my nervous system by breathing like a 4 count in, holding for 4, releasing for 4, which is really great for your nervous system, but not when you're walking. I don't know what I was thinking. I did not do that. I have not gone for a 2-hour walk. I've gone for a 45-minute walk. I've come to the park and basically laughed at myself, thinking about me trying to do my like 4 count breath like I was so in control. I'm not in control. My body is like, no, you need to breathe. So what I did do was I breathed through my nose. And what was interesting about that is that I know that's still me controlling, but it felt like it was more like a caring control. Like it was a listening to my body control, instead of you are going to do this for 2 hours and this is going to be the breath work. It was interesting that it was more about listening to what my body needed and then doing that and being okay with that. So yeah, so now I'm here in a park, and this is so out of my comfort zone, like walking around with a camera in the air. And this is like dog walking time, so there's loads of people in the park, and I feel very self-conscious. But what I want to do is move the energy in my body. So I am going to do some jumping, like just some shaking, some jumping, just to like move the energy. And then I'm going to do some like tapping. Like I really like the feeling of just like tapping, like this is light, but like doing that all over my body. It really puts me in my body. Like I'm really in my body, because I can feel it. I can feel every time my hand taps on my body, and it feels like this little electric release. And I really need that. So yeah, in this park with lots of people around, I'm gonna give this a go. and 2024 is off to a roaring start. And yeah, I think this is a good thing. So, Shelley, wherever you are, thank you for this. Okay, thanks for being on the journey.